I want to start with your friend Bono, who has worked with you on the AIDS issue. He had some comments which raised some eyebrows over the weekend. This is what he said about the fight against AIDS. Let's listen.
There's a chance of having the first AIDS-free generation by 2015, 2016. We can see it. We could lose that if we lose the political will.
An AIDS-free generation in just a few years. Do you think that's realistic?
We're making great progress on AIDS, but we have over 30 million people who are living with the disease. We don't have a cure, and so we have to keep them on drugs to keep them alive, and that requires not only generosity, but getting very innovative about how we reach that kind of a number. We need a vaccine or a tool to prevent people from getting an infection. So there's still a lot to be done, even though we've made progress. We're going to be living with some level of AIDS for decades to come.
An aggressively rosy scenario, then, from your friend Bono, perhaps. You just left the White House.
People talk about the beginning of the end, and the generosity from the U.S. and others is why we've made this progress.
President Obama gave a great deal of praise at this White House event you were just at to President Bush, George W. Bush, in his efforts to fight AIDS, particularly in Africa. Has President Obama done as much as his predecessor?
Well, it's very phenomenal that there was bipartisan support for this PEPFAR, which is the U.S. AIDS initiative, and for Global Fund, where the U.S. participates with many other countries in giving. And Bush took the leadership, but he had Democrats really supporting him. Now you've got President Obama taking the lead, taking this to a new level, and he's got strong Republican support. So even though it's kind of exceptional, it's really made a huge difference that everyone's come together to have the U.S. lead the way.
You are incredibly focused on the issue of giving. You've pledged, along with Warren Buffett and Mark Zuckerberg, to give a majority of your wealth to philanthropy. Forbes lists you, of course, as the richest person in America at $72 billion. A lot of people ask this question. Have you decided how much you're going to leave to your children?
Well, certainly, Melinda and I think that kids starting off with, $1 billion or any huge amount of wealth is not necessarily in their interest as well as in the interest of society. And so the vast majority of our money will go to the foundation, and we're just putting all our energies into making sure that money is well spent and has big impact, including giving to things like the Global Fund.
Is there a number in your head, though, when it comes to your kids?
It won't be a huge percentage of the wealth. They will have a chance to make their own mark, earn their own salary. Exactly how you strike that balance, I guess you think about it, you wait till you grow up and see how they develop. But it's clear, and they're very aware that most of this money is to go back to society and save lives.
I want to turn to an issue that's big right now in the realm of technology. Obviously, you are a pioneer in this field. Last night, Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos announced that his company, Amazon, is working on a drone delivery system. He calls it Octocopter, I think, and he says Octocopter will be delivering books to your doorstep in a relatively short period of time. Let's listen to what he said.
Could it be, 4 or 5 years? I think so. It will work, and it will happen, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
5 years until Octocopter drops off the book you ordered. Is that realistic?
Well, books, of course, are going electronic, and Jeff is, through Amazon has been one of the leaders on that. So, something like books you can get literally at the speed of light. Physical products delivered by drone, I'd say he's probably on the optimistic or perhaps even the over-optimistic end of that. But, it's great that people have dreams like that. If we can make the cost of delivery easier, then it's not just books, it's getting health supplies out to people in tough places. Drones overall will be more impactful than I think people recognize in positive ways to help society.
Was this a dream, though, or an advertising gimmick? I mean, he's got Amazon in the news now right on Cyber Monday and for the holiday shopping week, when, as you say, it may be over-optimistic, to say the least, to suggest that a drone's going to be dropping off your package at your door in the next 5 years.
Well, tech pioneers, dream big dreams. And I think he's allowed to have a vision there, and it'd be great if we can come anywhere close to that for a lot of products.
Bill Gates, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate you coming from the White House.